toys list. You can go to Amazon.list toys. Actually, I'm an Amazon affiliate. We're going to work with that this weekend. I literally go over to Amazon, and I take a look, and I saw that Mario Galaxy for Wii is one of the big expected items for the year. Well, my son is 7 years old, our son, my wife, Anna, and he loves the Wii, and he loves Mario. And this is like the first true, it's the first true Mario game for the Wii. There's been Mario Party, but this is the Mario himself playing. So he's really excited about that. So there's my market research. I know my 7-year-old son wants it. I know all of his friends want it. I know that the news stores are picking up. That's another big point. I then go over and I check the news sources. Say, okay, I take the top 10 of whatever it is I think I might want to sell. And I go to the news sites and I say, okay, are the press companies talking about this? Because I want to ride their free press. I'm going to borrow the brand of whatever product it is that I'm selling, but if no one else is talking about it, I can't get in front of that traffic and ride that wave. So in your video tutorials, there's a bunch of tutorials there about going over to Yahoo Buzz, going over to Nielsen Net Rankings, blog metrics site. There's a whole bunch of tutorials in there, so we don't need to cover it right now. I just want to give you my thought process. And in those videos, I go walk you through examples, and I say, okay, this is what I look at when I'm doing this, and that's actually what I do. So I print out my list, I go to the news sites, go to Yahoo Buzz, metrics, go over to Google. Google's got a fantastic tool that I use for my market research. I made a video for it. It's in your video tutorials. I go there and I see what are the trends for the news stories for whatever items that I'm thinking about building a site for. And I want to see a nice steady, at least a nice steady line or a nice increasing line. I don't like to see a 1 or 2 day spike, because if a story comes out about the dog food, is what I used in the video. Remember this year they had the dog food scare where the Chinese were putting melamine in the dog food and everyone's worried about it. I wouldn't go for that market if I was going to have to develop a product around it, but what I said in the video is because it is a spike and because there's so much press now but there hasn't been any in the past, I would only build a site for that if I could find a product that's ready to go today as an affiliate to sell. And there was a product. One of my clients had a product that we did all right with that was about natural dog food for your dogs. So that fit perfect for that. But in the video, I walk you guys through that whole thought process where I said, well, I really wouldn't want to go into a short-term spike in something like this, because if you looked at the trends for organic dog foods for the last 2 years through the Google tool, which is in the video, there wasn't anything. There was no mentions in the press. There weren't that many searches. There were some searches, but not a lot. But there was no true press coverage. And I need press to drive people to the internet, because our job is to get on the internet first and let the press drive the interest to the public. And then what do we know about studying from my seminar last year was, in the DVDs you guys get, was that when people read something in a magazine, half the time they go to the internet to do searches on it. So that's why I really care about, is there any press coverage for these particular items? So going back to the Nintendo Wii for Mario, I see that Good Morning America today all had stories about the hottest toys for Christmas coming up. And they all talked about those individual toys that were coming up. I also know that I can go over to Amazon.com and sell them as an affiliate, which I love Amazon. Stuart asked me last night if I had to start all over again as an affiliate marketer, would I still do Amazon? I said, absolutely. We still use Amazon because there's so many tools to use with Amazon. So from a toy list, I go over to the Google site, and it's in the video, and trends, Google Trends, and in the video I show you guys how I do my research, and I want to get in front of those trends. And then I look at a monetization strategy. Okay, I go to CJ.com and I try to look for people who have a product that matches that particular item. Then there's always AdSense, right? People know how to make money with AdSense. Well, I've made videos for you guys, which you'll have access to, that shows you what I look for when I'm looking at AdSense. I want something there's a lot of competition for. So an easy check, in the videos I show you, an easy check to do that is actually just see how many people are advertising. If you pull up a search result for an item and there's only 2 paid advertisements, there's not a big inventory of AdSense ads. So it's not really a good monetization strategy for that particular product. But that doesn't mean you can't do the product, it just means you don't want to do AdSense. What I would do then is I'd say, okay, we're going into Christmas. They expect to sell 2 million units of Mario Wii Galaxy, or whatever they call it. So I'd say, okay, that looks pretty good to me. And we build a site. I walk you guys through this stuff in the video tutorials. I don't want to waste the time here, but do you have any questions right now? Because we have to get this site up. We can go through it later in greater detail.
You're talking about these video tutorials. Is this what's on the membership site?
No. Hey, Anthony, or Anna, could you hand out the video tutorial disc, please? What had happened is we ran out of DVDs. We printed up all these extra DVDs for you guys. So we just received the shipment last night. My guys brought our CD duplication system down here, including our robotic DVD printer, printed these things up on site for you last night. Which reminds me, James is going to have the DVDs for us on site, right? At the end of each day, James the video guy, he's a good guy. I actually met him at Jeff Walker's event this summer, and I told him I wanted to work with him because he did such a great job. He handed me a copy of my presentation after I walked off stage, already edited with my PowerPoints in it and everything. I said, wow. I usually wait 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes 2 months to get my videos back. And he handed it to me as I walked off stage. So he's going to be handing us videos throughout this weekend. My guys brought our duplication towers here, and we're going to try to burn them all for you before you leave the event, so you don't have to wait for them. So we're doing it day and night. We got it set up in the room. He's going to do it. Well, he did the video tutorial once for you guys last night. And it's cool. If you guys haven't used it, Primera is the biggest name in the DVD printer systems. Primera. And they've got a system called Bravo 2. It's a DVD printer. Because of speed concerns, we didn't put as much color as we could, but you could actually make a photographic-looking DVD set with this printer. It's called Primera Bravo 2. It's only $1,200. I bought it from supermediastore.com. $1,200, you drop in 50 DVDs, and you put in a design, and you walk away, and it prints 50 for you at a time. At Super Media Store also, I bought a Pioneer 11-tower DVD duplication system for $700. So they print up the DVDs, they pop it in the tower, it spits out 10 at a time. So if you guys sell DVDs for a living and you only sell 10 here, 20 there, for less than $2,000, you can have your own DVD production facility in your office. You don't even need a computer for it. So it doesn't even have to be hooked up to your computer. It's a tower, it's about this tall, it's got 11 20x DVD burners in it. You pop in the DVD, it spits out 10 within... Justin, how fast will that thing spit out 10 DVDs, full-size DVDs? 5 minutes? So if you guys sell photography, I'm sorry. Primera, Primera, Bravo 2 DVD printer. It's a robotic, so you just put the DVDs, drop in 50, walk away, and it prints them. Anything that you want, photo quality if you want it. But that takes up a lot of ink, but for us it was more of a time constraint. We wanted to make sure we had the DVDs printed. But we ran out of DVDs, so those guys brought the system here and they printed them out. The other one is supermediastore.com sells DVD duplication towers, and the Pioneers are their top of the line.